Hello, Chef Jessica here with another Marketing Monday. And today I'm going to talk to you about ways that you can advertise your business and get the name of your business out there. I know that a lot of you really want more clients, or possibly you want to get a better quality of clients. You want clients who are committed, who you know for sure are going to use your services week after week. Or maybe you want to get away from catering. Maybe dinner parties aren't your thing, or they're just too much work. I've scaled my business to 6 figures many years ago, and I've been consistently at 6 figures for many years. I do that by helping people achieve long-term results. I don't do a lot of catering. In fact, most of the time I don't take on catering. It's just me and myself. I do not have a business partner. I do not have to share my income with anyone except, of course, my family. I'm also really one of the primary breadwinners for my family. My husband is in education, and for many years he was a teacher, and teachers just aren't paid a ton of money. So we truly rely on my income. It's not something that I have the ability to just take some time off if I want to. I have to make sure that I'm going to bring in an income month after month, and I really have to know what that is. So when I help chefs and when I coach chefs, I make a point to help them get their business on track so it's consistent and it's set up for longevity. So what does that mean? A lot of clients are really just doing the one-off clients. Their clients may or may not be committed, or if they are committed, you're not 100% sure, you don't know. And so that really can be stressful, and it can provide a level of uncertainty on your business. So I really love to help people get out of that uncertainty and get you on track for more of a consistent income month after month, and ultimately year after year. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about that later in the video, but first we're going to talk about getting your name out there and getting the name of your business out there. So this comes down to promoting your business, and some may say advertising on your business. And advertising, has a connotation that you're going to be spending a lot of money, and that's a possibility. You can do paid advertising. You can also promote your business and not pay anything. And there's different ways to promote your business, and paid advertising is not always bad. It's just you have to have a return on investment. If someone told you, if you give me $300, you're going to definitely make $3,000 back in your business, that would be a no-brainer, right? You would definitely do that. However, if you're going to have to pay $300 month after month, and there's an uncertainty if it's ever going to have a return on investment, you might be a little more hesitant to do that. So, paid advertising is not a bad thing. It's just you want to be targeted, and you want to make sure that your paid advertising is effective. So advertising and promotion, it really provides a direct line of communication to your potential customers. Very rarely are people just going to find you and hire you unless it's through word of mouth. That's why word of mouth is such a great way to promote your business. But sometimes you have to get going, or you have to find the right clients to get word of mouth. So advertising is that direct line of communication with your clients. And it's a way to really convince your clients that your chef services are the best chef services. It also enhances the image of your company. It enhances your brand. It points out, the special things that your business does. It kind of focuses on you and your best qualities, and it really is a way to draw clients to your business and just announce your services. So when you want to think about how to do this, that might be different for everybody, and I'm just going to talk about a few different ways that you can do that. But one thing that I really want to mention is that when you're a entrepreneur, especially a solopreneur like myself, and I really do advise people to be solopreneurs. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a partnership. Having a partnership is great. However, if you're in this business and you have to, make double the income, it puts a little bit more pressure on you. I've just done this by myself, and I find that working individually with the client for me is the best way. So that's really what I promote. However, you can do this however you want. Many people do have business partners and they're successful at it. But by really promoting your business correctly and effectively, you're really able to communicate some really wonderful things about your business to the potential client. And you can do this in a very simple and easy to understand way. You can be truthful, you can be informative, you can be communicative, and you can really be oriented towards your customer. So what I wanted to mention is, as an entrepreneur, a solopreneur, you want to be intuitive when it comes to advertising. What does that mean? That means, and this is really in all entrepreneurships, you really have to go with your gut sometimes and have a good instinct and really trust yourself to make the best decisions in your business. And that does require a little bit of confidence and a little bit of understanding of intuition and having the correct mindset. If you are not confident and you're uncertain, sometimes we're not sure which step to take. So you do want to be really sure of yourself, really confident, and just intuitive. And a lot of times that's why you started this business. It's like you knew that this was going to be a good business for you. It's not like somebody said, here, you should be a personal chef, and laid out the groundwork for you. It's something that, for whatever reasons, you took those steps. And it's very similar in advertising. So when it comes to advertising, your target market, your area, the opportunities around you. That is something that when I work one-on-one with people, I help them figure out, like, based on where they live, what the best way to really reach out to their target market is. But that is something that you want to be intuitive with. Don't just do the first thing that comes along. A lot of times you will get contacted by Yelp or by direct mail or by many different organizations when you start registering your business. If you register as like an S Corp or LLC or even a sole proprietorship, you start getting people trying to advertise to get your services. Don't just necessarily take the first thing that comes along, no matter what they promise. Do your due diligence, do your research, and figure out if they are going to be a good fit. Now, sometimes Yelp is a great fit for people. I personally did not ever use Yelp because I just felt like I wanted more personalized services. I didn't want to do a lot of one-time services. I really wanted long-term clients, and so I went about it a different way. However, sometimes if you're just getting started and you live in a major area, Yelp can be a really great way to quickly get clients. So that's why it's such an intuitive thing, and it's based on what you need. But when you are advertising, what you want to think about is, how are you communicating to your client? Can you do this in a personalized way? Something that you can do is literally write out a letter to your dream client, telling them who you are, telling them what you do, and you can mail that to neighborhoods in your area. That's a really inexpensive way to literally not handwrite, maybe people don't handwrite anymore, but typing something out, really personalized about yourself, getting to know the zip codes in your area that are popular, and mailing those letters out to those people and having them get a personalized letter from you telling them about your services. It says, hey neighbor, my name is Chef so-and-so, and I originally am from this, this community, or maybe you're from another country, or wherever it is that you're from. You talk about yourself, you talk about why you love what you do, you talk about the results that you get for your clients, and follow up with, an offer for them. And that is a very personalized way to get in touch with people in a certain area. Brochures are also a great way to explain your personal chef business, and they're very inexpensive. So a lot of times people may use something like Canva and print out some really great brochures and go to certain significant strategic partnership operations, like whether it's a doctor or a real estate agent or a nutritionist or a private school or whatever it is, those different things, and you have your brochure talking about your services. Now, brochures can be a little bit ineffective sometimes. That's why you want to be really strategic, but make sure when you have your effective advertisement that you are really focusing on the services that you offer and highlight the results that you get for people. And then what you want to do is you want to continue to come back to the same people. So repetition will sell. So you want to make sure you're retargeting the same people. So if you write a press release and this press release gets printed in a certain community paper, then you can retarget that same community by using strategic partnerships, by using advertisement in local papers, by using brochures, by writing direct mail letters. Keep weaving and reweaving that same sales pitch throughout your advertising and your promotions, and make sure they hear about you over and over again. Especially these days, people just have a short attention span. Now, when you're promoting, you want to make sure that you are really selling the results. And I talk about this with my clients all the time. Now, it's great to talk about how, you cook really healthy food and all of the wonderful things that you've done in the past and the training you've had. But ultimately, what really sells people is the results. And that really means that they have to know, how are they going to benefit from your service? How are you going to help them? And what is their life going to look like afterwards? That is really where it's at. They want to know, how can you help? How are you going to make their life different? And how can they trust you? So when you're promoting, make sure that you put those things in there. You all know I'm a huge fan of press releases. They are my absolute favorite way of advertising. I have, a whole chapter devoted to them in my course. I have a product that really talks just about press releases, as well as giving a sample press release. But it's not that complicated. You can definitely grab my product if you'd like, if you just want one written for you and you need to know specifically how it's done. But really, you are just writing the article for the journalist. You are doing their job for them, and you are making their life easier. That's what people want. So just like you make your client's life easier, it's the same with advertising. If you can make the journalist's life easier and sell a good story, you are much more likely to get promoted in their publications. And free press is really, next to word of mouth, it's the best way to get clients, because it's really selling your brand in a way that paid advertising cannot do. But ultimately, it's just about taking action. There's no one thing that is going to work for anybody. So there's obviously things that you can do. You can create brochures, you can write a letter, you can create strategic partnerships. There's so many different things that you can do, but you have to take action. You have to do something little by little by little. And honestly, the bigger the action, the bigger the results. And one thing that's really important to know is that when something is not working, you don't have to necessarily push it through and force it and make it happen. You can pivot, you can make changes. And that's one of the greatest things about being an entrepreneur. And that's where it comes back to really going with your gut. Don't necessarily waste your time on something that is not working. That's why making long-term commitments in advertising is not always the best idea. You really need to feel things out and get an idea and see if things are working. So taking small action steps, making phone calls, writing letters, reaching out to people, showing up in person, calling, organizations you want to have partnerships. Those are what you need to do, but little by little, taking action steps will pay off, and it pays off differently for everybody else. So, one person may get wonderful results with, brochures, and somebody else may get no results with brochures. So that's why it's an intuitive thing. You want to try out little things and pivot. When something is not working, make a change. And if you need help, I'm here for you. I love helping chefs grow their business. Like I said, I've had my business at 6 figures for many years, and each year it gets easier and easier. I don't have to work as hard for it as I used to. My first 6-figure year was exhausting. It felt like I didn't have any time off. It felt like I was working all the time, and it was a bit of a feast or famine. And I realized how to make small changes and get out of that, and how to create consistent income, how to create relationships with clients, and also how to plan ahead. So, you're not stuck in a situation where all of a sudden you have 30 days to find $9,000 in income, because that can be really stressful. It's much more important to be able to plan ahead and plan your business for longevity. So if you want support with this, if you want help with this, please reach out. I'm here for you. I'm very excited about helping chefs because I know that chefs are some of the most giving people out there, especially those of you who have your own business. You're passionate about what you do, and let's get you, to the next level. Reach out if you have questions, and have a great Monday.